welcome to the Author's Corner. My name is Marisa Bluedorn. I am your host, and I'm excited to be here today with you. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Own It magazine, and we are always looking for authors to be featured in the Own It magazine. So if you're interested, please message me. Let me know. Drop a comment in the comment thread and let me know that you're interested in being featured in the Author's Corner. Being a 12-time self-published author, I have a heart for authors. The Author's Corner was created with the purpose and intent at hand to help authors to really make money with their books. I mean, I know we wrote stories, we wrote words of inspiration, we participated in an anthology to get our message out. But then what's next? And there are many authors who just wanted to write. So if you just wanted to write, and that's all, you can always listen in. But I want to speak to authors who want more. They want to know what's next or how to keep things moving and keep things vibrant with the book that they've written or the project that, good morning, hey Eve. They want to keep relevant with the book that they've published. And so today I want to talk to you about why it's important to not only be a published author, but why it's vital for authors to be public speakers as well. And so I want to talk to you about that because it is important. And it's on my heart because tonight, Own It magazine and publishing company is offering for those individuals participating, those authors participating in the Own It anthology. They're being gifted with an 8-week free course on public speaking. And I did that because we're preparing for a conference, an international destination-based conference here in the Dominican Republic. And I want to make sure that those seasoned public speakers are refreshed. We've been out of speaking publicly in person for a while, and we all can use refreshers. We can all use a fresh bit of insight and information and ways to engage and speak from the heart, engage our audience and speak from the heart, and to get our message out there. And so this 8-week course is going to take them on a journey of how to speak publicly, also how to get paid as a public speaker as well. I'm facilitating, but I'm not instructing. We have instructors that are going to come in from world-renowned coaches to those who have won contests internationally. And so I want you to get that level of expertise and insight for these authors that are in the authors anthology. But the reason why, and that's what really came to my heart was, well, let me talk in the Author's Corner about how it's important for them. If you saw the announcement for this live stream, you see me with a mic in my hand, and it's me coming out to my own book signing, singing. And I remember sharing in a couple of videos back earlier this year, sharing with you that instead of just having a book signing, when you have the people come to a bookstore or come to a location and you just sign the book, make it more exciting and more intriguing. And part of that is having the skill set of public speaking and the art of public speaking. Why is this important? Is because one, if you're an introvert, and we look at it and we say, I don't want to do public speaking. I'm not a public speaker. Well, you're a writer. So you have some words of wisdom, some lessons learned, some skill sets, some expertise that you want to give to an audience. Some of your audience is going to read your book. Some of them need some more engagement. They want to know more about you as the author. And this happens through public speaking, whether it's you having a book signing and reading an excerpt from your book out loud. That's a part of it. There's also a skill that goes to reading out loud. There's a skill to that gets the audience engaged as well. And they want to see you do that skill. Think of Maya Angelou and how she, wrote poetry and how she really got you intrigued by not only her verbiage, not only the vocabulary that she used, she also got you intrigued by how she delivered it, the timing, the level and volume fluctuation of the voice. So public speaking, getting that kind of training in public speaking is critical for you to have a high level of impact. So it's vital for the author. So there's a couple of points. The purpose of perfecting your art of public speaking is really to give it purpose, to inform the audience, to persuade the audience, the art of persuasion, to entertain the audience, to celebrate either a person or event. That's why that's the art of that's the intent of public speaking, is to really, really engage the audience and grab hold of them. And there's some techniques that you can do. Also, public speaking builds up personal confidence. So you look at you being an author, okay, and you look at yourself on your job or in your career. First of all, becoming a published author builds up confidence. It's an achievement. It's something that you set out to do. So it builds up your confidence in that way. Good morning, Angela, and good morning, Tiffany, and authoress Michelle. Thank you guys for chiming in. But it builds up confidence, especially if you're looking at it. Earlier this year, I had that song on over and over again: level up, level up, level up, level up. Part of this is leveling up. And so getting back to that introvert. So we think that introverts don't need to do this, but you do. It doesn't mean that you need to be a people person, but even introverts do public speaking, and they also do motivational speaking. You'll be surprised to see how many introverts are motivational and public speaking speakers, but they also retreat and they go back to their comfortable space. It's just about being strategic and intentional on leveling up. This public speaking is a part of your arsenal, so that when you go out and you want to level up, you have the skill set, and you have also the wide range of how you can make income, because public speakers actually get paid to speak. They do get paid to speak, even though we're in the season of getting on platforms and paying to speak. But public speakers do get, they do make money, but you have to be insistent upon it. You have to go for it. You have to fight for this position. You have to work hard to get there, but it is doable. And in these sessions, in this 8-week sessions with the Own It anthologists are going to be experiencing, part of it is teaching them how to go out and get paid to be public speakers. So this also helps build, it helps with your career advancement. That's a benefit of it. Public speaking helps with your career advancement. If you have to do any training and you've been training folks and you've not been feeling comfortable, it's because of a lack of self-confidence, professional confidence, and also skill set. So this, learning the art of public speaking is important in that sense too, for career development. So I want to do this plug for you. Toastmasters International is the most cost-effective way. It's the most inexpensive way for you to practice the art of public speaking. What's beautiful about Toastmasters is it's a self-paced learning for the adult. They also have a youth component, a youth leadership component. But Toastmasters International, you get feedback. So it's not, and this is not me plugging. This is telling you, I'm giving you some nuggets here, because it helps you to learn the art of public speaking on a consistent basis, over and over and over again. The program is designed to have you speak and someone evaluate your speech, so that you get feedback on how well you're doing. So if you've already published a book, all you have to do is go to toastmastersinternational.com, or I think it's .org. Go to Toastmasters International, put it in your search engine. I'll put it in the comments so that you have it easily. But Toastmasters International allows you to get direct feedback. So if you want to know if you are a good speaker, or if you need areas of development, this is the most cost-effective way, because public speaking, getting a coach, one thing I'm thankful about doing Toastmasters, and I am a distinguished Toastmaster, the one thing I'm thankful about it was it brought me clarity, because in Toastmasters meetings, when you go to them, and join a club that's weekly, a weekly club. Do not join these once a month, twice a month. You don't get enough repetition. You don't get enough practice in for you to see the proficiency level rise up. So you want to Toastmasters International, I think it's .org. Messing around with the computer messed me up. I don't want to do that, but I promise I will drop the link in. You speak. So it's your pathway. It's what you want to do. It's your agenda. So the topics that you're speaking about should always be in alignment with your goals. So if you've already written a book, and this book has the information that if you're in business or you're trying to make your book your business, always stay in the same framework. Don't go this way and that way. So if you are speaking to grief management, how you handle grief, if you are want to be a life coach, if you want to be a relationship coach, if you are helping with career development, small business certification, whatever it is that you're doing, stay in that lane. And if you have multiple things that you're doing, try to make a main, I always call it an umbrella. You got the top of the umbrella and those things that branch out, but make sure whatever your topics are, they're branching out and making sense. Case in point, own it. Life, career, business development. So your life, it's you. You are all of these things. You're either showing up in your life, you're showing up in your business, or you're showing up in your career. So everything I speak to, everything I write to is about your life. It's your love life. It's your relationship with your children. It's you being strategic and intentional it's you being strategic and intentional with your leadership skills, your effectiveness, how you're showing up in life, your motivation, all that. So everything that Own It speaks to is about the person's life. And the relationships that either support that life, that vision of your life, or it comes as a hindrance or an interruption of your peace of mind, because that's what Own It is all about. It's your life. Own it and press back on those who are pressing against you, and make sure that you live your dream. So if you are writing to a specific area, or find out what it is that your goal is. And then what you want to do is, whatever that goal is, you want to start showing up at those Toastmasters meetings with that message, gaining your clarity, gaining your strategy, so that it all comes together for you. And the beautiful thing about it is you deliver your speeches, as you deliver your presentations to your other club members at Toastmasters International, they're going to give you feedback. And guess what? All of the things that you never knew that were holding you back are going to start coming to the forefront. You're going to start getting information. You're going to start getting feedback on that. And then you can start addressing it. You can improve your speeches. You can improve your product. You can improve your writing. You can improve and be on a journey to your success. But it is critical. If you are a public speaker, if you are a published author, and you want to level up, you have to add the public speaking to your arsenal. And it's going to boost your self-confidence, because the more you get out there and speak, and the more you get affirmation, confirmation, the more you get feedback on how well you're doing, how everything is evolving for you, you're getting better and better and better. What's happening to you? You're building more and more and more and more confidence. You're building more confidence to do what? To start branching out, going to companies, organizations, creating your own. I always say, create your own stage. That's exactly what I did. I created my own stage instead of waiting. So I had my own personal professional business development conference. I'm having an international conference this year. So sometimes you got to do your own thing. You got to do your own thing. You got to create your own stage. But that confidence comes from, like I said, building up this and strengthening your public speaking skills. Because think about it. Public speaking skills are not just about being on a major platform speaking. They're negotiating. When you go to negotiate for your job, your next promotion, your next salary, you have got to have self-confidence. You've got to do the research. You got to do your homework. building up your public speaking will cause you to start doing all of that. It'll cause you to start researching, because now you got to add quotes to your speeches. So now you got to famous people. You got to look at those people who you admire. You got to start investigating who they are and where did they get this ideology? What method did they use? What approach did they use? Now you're starting to broaden your horizons. And when you broaden your horizons, they say ignorance is not bliss, honey. The more you know, the more you grow, the more empowered you become, and the more finite you are in your stance. Your foundation is strong and you're willing to ask the questions. Now, to those who are business owners, now you are willing to go to the table and negotiate, and you will not be moved by your pricing. You will not be moved by your pricing. So all of this comes together to help you to level up. So it's going to build your confidence. That's the benefits of public speaking. It's going to cause you to have critical thinking. I could remember a time of delivering a speech and I went under. I just got into a space in my head and messed myself up. But what happened was I did not quit. I did not cave in. I did not give up. I gathered my thoughts, critical thinking, and I came back strong. I asked the audience, do you mind? This is personal to me. I needed to regroup. I needed to recatch myself, but now I'm ready. Are you okay if I start all over again? They did. That's critical thinking. That's not giving up, caving in, or quitting. It's right in front of a whole audience, still owning it, saying, yeah, I plummeted, but guess what? I ain't the first and I won't be the last. Just give me a minute to get my composure back and I'm on, and it's on. Critical thinking. So the more that you're out there, that's why I said it's important for, if you join a Toastmasters group, do not join a group that is, don't join a group that doesn't meet frequently. You need the frequency so that you can develop the skill set and hone in on it and perfect the skill set. So it's a part of personal development. It helps you develop personally. Public speaking also we call it the spillover effect. So when you start learning how to speak to an audience, when you start understanding the mindset of an audience, how to persuade them, how to be impactful and engaging, guess what you do? You learn how to spill that same effectiveness in communication in your love life, and with your children, with your co-workers, with everybody else. It's a spillover effect. The more skills you develop, the more they show up, and the more you use them, the more they show up to improve your life. And so they improve your overall communication skills, social connections. It helps you with personal satisfaction because you are doing better. You are improving your skill set. You feel good about yourself as a person. And so, and that's awesome. You're just talking about creating your own state. You got to, because guess what, Sparkle? In today's day and age, sometimes people are going to want you. People are out here trying to survive themselves. So sometimes when you come, people are trying to do their own thing. And it's not that they don't want to help you. They may not have the capacity to help you. They may not have that. So you're going to have to come up and be creative. And the one thing that I did in being creative too, and it really helped me, everything that I have done along the way, every process, every step in the process helped me to be the person that I am today, that I can sit in front of you off the cuff, just write these vital, things down, and I can speak to you straight for 20 minutes. This took cultivating. This took a desire, a passion, and then it took me showing up to do the work. And so the thing that I came up with was, I saw a book signing. I actually went to Cornell West's book signing and, sat down and watched him read a piece from the book and watched someone interviewed him, and we all lined up to sign it, have him sign our books and etc. And I love music, and I said, we're going to spin this. So instead of them and so when I released my second book, Sweetheart Before I Said I Do, which is the promo for today's video, I said, this is going to be a date night. And I'm going to tell you what it did. So we had a date night, Sweetheart Before I Did Say I Do. I had a host who announced me. Then I do my own announcement. I was like, I'm leveling up. So I had someone, a host. She read my bio. She read, the intro to the book and all that other stuff. I had a game show host. So we did date. What do we do? The dating game and the newlyweds. And so I know you guys remember that. I know I'm dating myself from back in the day, but we did that. So the couples that came, so it was a sit down dinner. They had sit down dinner. They had we had dancing. I had my DJ, Michael Real Johnson, my homeboy from New Jersey. He would always do my events. And so had him DJ for the book signing. And yes, this was a book signing. And then I came out singing. It's Sweetheart Before I Say I Do. So this particular song, I did the remix of You Don't Own Me. And so came out singing that. And that's what you see me doing when I have the mic in my hand. And it was standing room only. It was standing room only. It was standing. I had a line of people, and I learned that day to kind of put in a nice little statement that's from your heart, own it. Put that in your books first, because I had to write out each person's personal signature, and that took forever. So someone schooled me on pre-sign your books, get a nice, and then leave room so that if you want to say something personally to the individual you're signing for, if you get something in your heart or your spirit to say to them extra, you leave enough room at the top, in between where you're going to write their name and your standard messaging. You write that in between so you can, have space for that. But she taught me that, and that was a nugget that I learned to keep the line moving so you don't have a backup. But it was standing room only, and this gave people an opportunity to get out for the night. It gave couples, singles, it gave them a chance to get out for the night. And really have a good time. And I coupled the pricing. So the pricing of the ticket to get in had included the book being signed. So I didn't have to worry about collecting money, hoping people bought. If they bought ahead of time, they bought the book. So I knew everyone in the room had purchased the book. And the only thing I would be doing is signing either their book or having additional sales from those people who may have wanted more than just the one copy. So that's a nugget for you to take from you. But that built my confidence up. It built my confidence up to the point where after that, it was time for me to have my own personal, professional, and business development conference. And I went on to do many other things after that, but it was that built me up. And it was Toastmasters International, and having those weekly meetings and getting on target for DTM status, which is Distinguished Toastmaster status, which made me have to speak 40 times consistently. And I'm going to tell you, by the time I got that DTM, I know for a fact that I delivered many, many more speeches than the 40 that were required. And so it expands your network. What I really love about Toastmasters International, and this was not started off as a Toastmasters International conversation today, but they are the most cost effective, because when you're looking at what's available to you when it comes to coaching, first you want to have a high level of clarity. If you're going to work with a professional coach, you need to already know pretty much what it is that you're going to be doing, or otherwise I can tell you 9 times out of 10, you're going to be wasting the coach's time, and you're going to be wasting your money, because you're not ready to operate with a coach at that level. You've got to come with some kind of system, products, services that are already in place to work with a coach at a certain level. And this actually helps you. If you're not there, it helps you. And even if you have your products, goods, and services, this helps you to hone in on your pitching, to hone in on your sales, because Toastmasters works with professional, corporate speeches, presentations, training. It also works with folks that are in sales. It works with you if you want to do motivational speaking, if you want to do coaching, leadership development. It helps you. You choose your path. That's the beautiful thing. So go to the site. I'll put it in right after we end. I'll put it in the comment section so you have it. But that's it. And it expands your network. Toastmasters International is an international organization. If you sign up ahead of time, can go to any country that Toastmasters is represented in the world, and you can deliver a speech. That's what makes you international. You can deliver a speech. And so I just want to say to you, if you are a published author, if you're considering becoming a published author, put in your arsenal public speaking as well. It will make such, it'll give you a broader, it'll build your confidence up in what it is that you really want to say to the world. It'll help you to gain the clarity. It'll give you the opportunity to hear from a true viable audience, not your family and friends and loved ones. You'll hear from someone else who knows how to and is learning themselves how to critique or give feedback. They're learning while you're learning to deliver a speech. They're learning to give feedback. But you're going to get feedback from a variety, a diversified audience that's going to speak truth and help you develop and learn and grow the way that you want to. And so without further ado, I just say add public speaking. The world wants to hear your voice. Your readers want to hear from you. They just don't want to read your book. They want more. They want more, especially if they connect with you. They're going to want to know more and more and more about you, and they're going to want to work with you. So make sure that whatever messaging you're putting out there, always give a story that leads to them working with you. Always do give a story that leads them to working with you in some capacity or another. Because if you've done it and these people have resonated with your story, they want to know how you did it. They want to know how you did it so that they could do it too. Without further ado, this has been the Author's Corner, and thank you so much, all of you, for chiming in. Love you so very much. Be blessed. We're still at the top of the week, so own it. This can go in whatever direction you desire. So take center stage and own it. I'm out.